Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have here today in my shop 2007 Toyota Tacoma two-wheel drive with approximately 150,000 miles on the clock. And I worked on this vehicle in the past and I recently got from his owner this text. Good morning, Peter. I need to make appointment for 2007 Tacoma. He brought more vehicles here. When I had the trans fluid change last month, they said there was a leak on the left front caliper. So now we know why it is here. Let's go look around what is happening to this truck. I didn't look around or anything without you, except I parked her here in this area, popped the hood, and I looked on the level of the brake fluid. It looks it's almost on the max, so he definitely wasn't losing some large amount of the brake fluid, since there's supposed to be leak at the brake caliper. So I got our Tacoma up in the air so we can look. Let's start on the other side. The one which is supposed to be dry, we can compare them. So here, this is how his calipers, front brake calipers look like. It's a two-wheel drive, very simple. And I put a light here on the other one, and I will say definitely there is some kind of moisture. I'm not sure how good you can see that bleeder valve, but because the light is pointing on it, I will say I see the fluid right there. There is a shine coming from inside of that bleeder valve. Okay, I will not call this leak, but there's definitely moisture here. So to start my inspection, I will try to clean it, dry it, and I will also use the steel brush because I want to see the threads. These bleeder valves are super tiny and finicky. It is very easy to break them off. I wonder what's the story here. If it's really leaking or somebody was bleeding the brakes and didn't torque it back. I also want to see the threads on this line. I will be checking that it's torqued correctly, but obviously the fluid is not coming from here up. This is the spot, and I see physically the fluid inside of the bleeder valve. Because these bleeder valves are very fragile, I always recommend you using small tools so you can feel and eliminate any excessive torque. It's a number 7 millimeter. Let's see if it's loose or what is happening here. I was able to turn it already using very little torque, and it already moved tiny bit. Yep, I will say right now it's fully engaged. Let's see if I can loosen it. Okay, very easy to loosen. So I think that valve wasn't turned all the way in. Yep, now I have nicely torque on it. I can see, I open it enough so I can see the fluid coming out. So that valve is not plugged by the dirt, despite the fact it's missing these rubber protective caps. but I will say it was slightly loose, and that's it. I changed it to the number 8. That fits, and let me see how it's torqued. Yep, that's tight. I will be not putting extra torque on it. This one is not leaking. It's original number 8, and it's completely tight. There was no extra torque needed to turn it a little bit more. This one is very good. We have a 3 matching Toyota bleeder valves, and we have a 1 which is probably aftermarket, or who knows why it is there. It was just slightly loose. I will say I turn it when you've been there probably 25 degrees on the scale. So not much, but it was slightly loose, definitely. I felt it in that small ratchet. I will fully dry this 7mm one. Will wipe it off to the absolute dry, recheck the torque, and I will lower the vehicle and apply the brakes repeatedly really hard. And if there is something wrong with it, that fluid will show up inside of that opening. So I will go ahead and do that right now. And to be absolutely sure, I have it dried also inside, so I will get rid of all that brake fluid which is right inside of that bleeder. I will use the compressed air and get it all out. Some of you sometimes, rarely, comment on the gear. Some of you said, oh, what am I using? That it makes such a good professional images. So this is the body. It's a full frame Sony A7C, it's that smallest one. And the lens, it's ultra wide. This is a 14mm prime lens, which I'm filming today. Also in different videos, you might see the same body plus a 20mm prime lens from Sony. This I think there is a problem with that valve. I keep using the compressed air, and that mist, that superfine mist of that brake fluid should be gone. But it keeps reappearing. Let's see. Yep. Unfortunately keeps blowing. When I go in, it keeps coming out very, very fine mist of that brake fluid. Obviously you might second guess yourself. You might think, oh, maybe I have a moisture in the compressed air, but when I keep spraying here, I don't have any mist appearing all around. Now we will realize how important it is. Never throw away anything. The society created for these people, society calls them hoarders, right? Some people will say, oh, they are hoarding a stuff which is for nothing. They are taking apart old parts. Our hoarders, it's garbage, and everything can be purchased brand new. I think I just found it. Our testing valve. You can see at the end that's nicely open. I will recheck that it's 8mm. Let's clean this puppy to clean the thread perfectly, and let's see if this used part will fit that caliper and save us for this case. I will always make sure that there's no dirt inside, so it's fully open. That perfectly blows, so I love that. I obviously pulled it off some caliper which was being, I don't know what, remanufactured, reused, or it was junk. The number 8 fits on it, so I keep only Toyota parts. I will not keep anything from different brand if I ever had any Honda or in past Subarus. So let's clean this baby up and see if it will stop this leak. I don't expect I can buy this part today from any retailer, either our dealer or aftermarket. I will go check anyway. So let's go back to the 7. Yep, it fits there. Let's remove this bleeder valve. Trying not to be in your way, but I'm not sure if it's even possible. I need my own space to work. Yep, they look maybe similar, but obviously they are not the same. Obviously you always will have a little bit of brake fluid leakage here. You have to wear gloves, protective gear, definitely. Brake fluid, it's very harmful to the human body. And now to the 8. Let's go and torque this one. Actually, it's nicely matching the color of the caliper. It's almost like it came from it. Okay, carefully, always carefully, you don't want to break those, they are very small. And I will start drying it around here, completely wipe it everything off, and we will go ahead again with that compressed air. That brake fluid could be damaging also the rubber of the tires, so it's better if you can take your time and try to get it off. So, the moment of the truth. I will not bring you closer from the reasons I explained, but everything is dry, the rim, everything is dry, and let's see if that very microscopic little mist, which from different angles, when I position it, if it will show up again. I hope not. Dry. 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 No matter what I hit, obviously we knew it's not from here, but it could be from these bolts also. No matter what I hit, I don't have that mist of brake fluid coming off. This is great. I think we fixed this car for today. So I have no leaks, no spray, no nothing, but let's go and apply that hydraulic system pressure. If you apply the pressure on the pedal and on the whole system, really want to pretend you are braking. It looks totally dry and perfectly clean, but I will still blow that compressed air on it. See, let's cross fingers. Oh yeah, dry baby, dry. There's absolutely nothing misting or I love it. Mission accomplished. Purely theoretically, I could have introduced some very small amount of air in the system. So what I will do, I have a little range, 8mm range on the bleeder valve, and I will use the vacuum to make absolutely sure there's nothing remaining. So this is just for a tiny amount. So that was a little interesting story, wasn't it? If that tiny seepage from that bleeder valve. We found that there was possibly not the right one. It was not sealing correctly, seated and sealing correctly that fluid. We also found I better go immediately order 2 or 3 of those brand new from Toyota dealer. Have them here in that drawer where is the brake stuff, brake parts. I thought I had one, but apparently only the used one. So that's all good. Vehicle is ready for the customer today. He doesn't have to wait. I don't have a place to park it anyway here, and we can move on the next video. I have outside 4Runner with that rear window which is getting stuck halfway. So if you want to see that, be subscribed. That should be coming as the next one. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.